This is my current MacBook Pro. It's the Retina 13-inch early 2015 model. And in its day, it was a great machine. Loads of ports, perfect. Since then, Apple have gone through removing ports and adding touch bars and generally making decisions that may make sense for a certain niche of customers, but for the kind of pro customers and for people like me, I want to be able to plug stuff in. I want to be able to actually use my laptop in the way it's supposed to be used without having to carry 20 dongles with me. I've been reluctant to buy a new MacBook until Apple announced the brand new MacBook Pro 2021 last week. Thank goodness. And this is why I keep looking down there. I have one here. Literally arrived about 10 minutes ago. All I've done since it arrived was quickly set up the camera so I can capture this unboxing on camera. Literally still wrapped in the cellophane. So that's going to be the first task. Oh no, Apple have thought of that. Nice. Pull tab on the cellophane. That's really good because that's always so annoying, opening the cellophane. Thank you, Apple. Think of the little things. Just one of the, it's similar to the screen cover on the iPhone. Little pull tab. Easy way into the cellophane. Lovely. Get rid of that. So, MacBook Pro. Let's have a look at it. Another nice tab. Similar weight. And similar size as well. This is the 14-inch model. Ooh, it's actually got MacBook Pro engraved on the bottom. That's really nice. Nice build quality. This one always, 2015 one's nice, but it always has a little bit of a kind of flex in the lid. This one seems, it's got a little bit of flex, but seems a bit sturdier somehow. Look at all these ports. HDMI, Thunderbolt 4 or whatever they're calling it, USB-C, SD card slot, and Magsafe. They've brought back Magsafe. So I've got a full proper Magsafe cord and it's braided. The actual cable is braided. You see that? So hopefully that should prevent all of the fraying that happened on all the old Magsafe chargers where they just came apart. This looks way more premium. And it's got a power block as well, although interestingly not the kind of extender bit. So this, the 2015 model, as well as a plug to put in there, it's also got a kind of extender so that this bit ends up in the middle of the cable. But looks like this plugs straight into the wall. Maybe this is a bit longer to compensate for that. And of course the battery life is way better, so shouldn't need to plug into this as often. So yeah, Magsafe. That's all that came in the box. That's it. So there's a laptop, Magsafe cable, Magsafe brick, Magsafe the brick for the power, and a UK plug. They did include a plug. Thank you, Apple. Thank you. And there is a little pouch of something here. What's this? Ooh, some nice black Apple stickers. Interesting. And then some energy legal paper stuff. And then a classically simple welcome to your MacBook Pro guide. And then feels like there's something else in here. Oh, maybe that's just protective. Doesn't seem to be anything else there. Anyway, let's open it up. Yeah, it turned on as soon as I opened it. Interesting. Let's take the screen protector off. Whoa, that screen, it's beautiful and very similar to the iPhone setup. It's got the kind of hello in multiple languages, just like the iPhone does. That was really fast to boot up as well, like from making the sound to being ready to set up. Impressively fast. Really nice keyboard. Similar to the 2015 keyboard, but the 2015 one has smaller keys and it has a silver kind of backing, whereas the 2021 model has kind of black in the background of the well that the keyboard sits in, which is a nice touch. And this also has speakers along the sides, a thin speaker along each side, whereas the 2015 one, I think the speaker was underneath the keyboard. Very nice. And it looks like, oops, oops, that. The plug on the power brick is actually USB-C as well. Wow, so let's set this up. Design of that hasn't really changed, other than the plug on it. So, in the meantime, while that's setting up, let's have a look at this. It's quite a long cable. Don't know how it compares to the other one, but yeah, nice that it can just plug straight into whatever and then come straight to here. Let's try this one. Yeah, not very long actually at all. So it's definitely not as long as the charger for the 2015 MacBook, but it's plenty long enough, and the battery life should make up for the shorter lead on the charger, so that's all fine. How's this doing? A lot of questions it wants me to answer. Just setting up the fingerprint scanner, which is now situated in the top right of the keyboard, so where the power button used to be, or maybe it is the power button. I think it might be the power button as well. Having come from the 2015 MacBook Pro, I haven't really got used to having a fingerprint scanner. It makes things so much easier. Rather than enter your password when you're installing stuff, it's just use your fingerprint. Very nice. So, first impressions, and I mean these are very, very first impressions. It looks very similar in many ways to the 2015 model, but it's just so refined. You know, the slightly bigger screen, the speakers, the bigger keys, the bigger trackpad. I think the whole screen enclosure is maybe slightly thinner, not sure really. But yeah, feels very Mac-y. Familiar, but new. Let's see how the sizes compare. So I would say identical width, identical. And ports wise, so this is 2015 MacBook on the bottom and 2021 on the top. So 2015 has USB-C, HDMI, SD, and the 2021 has HDMI, USB, and SD. That's not USB-C, is it? That's the other USB. USB-A? Don't know, can't remember. Anyway, you know, big USB, small USB. Then on the other side, you got Magsafe on the old one. New one has Magsafe as well, but it's new Magsafe. I haven't actually tried it yet. Very nice. Probably still pull your laptop off the side if you pulled it straight enough. It's a very strong magnet, but yeah, still a nice system. And then other ports. So the 2015 on the bottom had two of these kind of Thunderbolt-y, DisplayPort-y, whatever they were called, ports, and USB and headphones. So these do kind of the same thing as the newer USBs. So they've just gone with two USBs, headphones, and MagSafe. Looks pretty similar. The back. So the back of the 2015 had this kind of black weird bit of plastic which didn't look great, but actually was kind of useful in knowing which way around your laptop was at a glance. But I mean, you've still got the Apple logo, haven't you? So you can see that. And of course, the Apple logo is black on the new one, white on the old one. I've gone for the silver model, by the way. This is the silver 2021 model. I think the default, when you're choosing it on the store, is the space grey. But I went with silver, just because it's, again, kind of familiar. Consistent. So, yeah, new MacBook. Wow, that's quick to light up when you open the lid. So this is running macOS Monterey out of the box, of course. Version 12 of Mac we're on now. So this is a M1 Pro chip. I don't have that many thousands of pounds to be spent, and while I do some video editing, it's not professional video editing, and I don't even use 4K yet, so I don't think I'll be needing to edit whatever it is, 10 streams of 8K on a M1 Max. So I've gone for an M1 Pro, and interestingly this has got 16 gigabytes of memory, which is exactly the same as the 2015 model, but memory was never really a problem for me. It was always CPU, recently anyway, it was always CPU that's kind of been the slower thing. So hopefully keeping 16 gig of memory won't prove to be a terrible mistake. And I've got a terabyte of storage in here as well, whereas 2015 had half a terabyte, so a bit more space. Gosh, there's a lot of things blinging through, aren't there? Let's just turn the volume down there. So yeah, first impressions are, it's a laptop that feels familiar if you're coming from, especially if you're coming from a 2015 MacBook Pro, but it's not that much of a departure from kind of traditional Mac stuff, but it is refined enough in enough ways that it's just a really nice looking laptop. But for now, I'm going to actually have a play with it and get Final Cut installed and do some video editing. So I'm going to edit this video and upload it and share it with you. If you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. That was stupid. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you maybe in the next one.